What's your favorite scary movie?
Horror Daddies.
Hey, slashers and scream queens, and welcome back to the Horror Daddies YouTube channel
where we talk about a horror show
called Chucky.
Chucky, and welcome to our Horror Quickies.
Oh, yes, Horror Quickies. I am one of your hosts, Carlos.
And I'm your film daddy, John. So, like we said in the last episode, this is our YouTube-only show where we quickly talk about the horror show Chucky, season 2. So we're in episode 2 today.
Yeah, we're trying to still get that intro together.
It's weird doing it in video.
Yeah, because it's not the podcast, even though it is, but it's not. But whatever.
We'll work on it. Hopefully by the end of the season, we'll have it done.
Yeah. By the very end, and then not another one till next year. So whatever.
What do you think?
Season 2, episode 2 was another great episode, I must say. Mm-hmm. And okay, your skull moved. Anyways, but what a great episode. We got introduced to Jennifer Tilly, aka Tiffany, this episode, and Nika Pierce, played by Fiona Doris. So that's exciting. We're seeing what they've been up to.
Yeah, and Nika's not going, just chilling.
Yeah.
Because she has no legs, no arms. They're healed. She looks great.
Yeah.
But she can't do anything.
We also get Bryce. Yeah, Father Bryce, which is Devin Sawa. I said that backwards, but Devin Sawa, played by Father Bryce.
Daddy Bryce. We're going to call him from now on.
He looks so good as a father. I couldn't control myself.
It's so crazy how they're having him do. I hope he dies in every season.
And always comes back as a different character. Yeah.
That'd be so funny.
There's even a joke in one of the episode where Jake goes he reminds me of my father. And I was like, it's really funny.
Girl.
He also should remind you of your uncle.
Yeah, he's for real.
But damn, he looks good as a priest.
Yeah, we do have a reference at the beginning of the show. I think it's a reference to Godfather when Tiffany wakes up because she has the head
she wakes up.
Jennifer Tilly wakes up and sees
it's
Tiffany.
Tiffany wakes whatever. Tiffany wakes up.
Fucking meta. It's all meta. So Tiffany wakes up as Jennifer Tilly and says Tiffany doll's head next to her, covered in blood.
Yeah, and we don't know who did it.
That's the question. Who the fuck did that? Because the last person that had that was Andy.
I want to say it was Andy.
Maybe. That's true. He might be fucking with her. So that's, I think, a reference to Godfather, because I think in one of the scenes, he wakes up with a horse head next to him. And it's like that where he wakes up all and it's all crazy.
Yeah, because she wakes up and her hands are all bloody and she doesn't realize it till a minute later.
Yeah, and the whole bed is just covered in blood.
Yeah,
so
it was
a
really
cool
good.
Scene.
Mm-hmm. She makes Nika breakfast.
Yeah, she's treating her well. She loves Nika. It's just that she can't trust Chucky, and Chucky's hiding deep inside her.
Yeah, and she's had Nika for a year now, from what we established in this episode, and then she gives Nika her breakfast, and then she's like, Nika, I need Chucky right now, basically. So what she does to get Chucky back into the body, she cuts her hand and shows Nika the blood, and that switches their souls.
Yeah, it's almost like a bloodlust kind of thing, where it's that blood just wakes him up, and immediately she faints and then wakes up as Chucky and starts going I'm gonna fucking get you back.
He said he's gonna kill her and the kids, and I was like, what the fuck did they do?
Yeah, he don't give a fuck. He's done. He's done with her.
What did Glenn and Glenda do to you, sir? Yeah. And last season, you were like, I have a queer kid and I'm not a monster. What happened to that, Chucky? Yeah, then that's pretty much for them for now. And then we cut back to the children at the school where Father Bryce we're introduced Father Bryce and a character of Nadine, which I didn't catch her name, so I apologize. And IMDb has not updated their cast
at
list.
all. It's sad.
Yeah.
Apparently Jake and everyone else is not in this episode.
We get introduced to him. He's doing a ceremony for them. Then they basically get escorted to his office, where they get all their uniforms. They tell Lexi that she needs to take her makeup off because she looks like Madonna, but not in the good way. And they tell Devin that he needs to eat more because he's too skinny, which is really funny. But then they're basically sent to where they're going to be staying at. And then the nuns are doing a toy drive. So this is why that box in the last episode got delivered, and it's a Chucky box.
And Sister Ruth sees it and goes, oh my God, it's Jesus. It's Jesus right here. And what was the Sister Elizabeth was like, didn't you see Jesus in a taco last week? And it's Sister Ruth is crazy.
I will say, that doll is very adorable and innocent looking.
But
we know that doll is the devil. We know the doll is the devil.
So true.
But They get escorted to their rooms. Lexi will be rooming with Nadine. Nadine has a secret. We don't know why she's there. They don't really. I was like, what did this girl do?
Because this is a school for like troubled children.
Yeah,
and it's like a Catholic school, so there's something. And then she looks at another kid, Tom, I think is his name.
Trevor.
Trevor, yes,
Yeah.
Trevor. Sorry, and he looks and goes, "Oh, he's fucking evil. He's the worst." I think Chucky can learn something from him.
Yeah.
So it's like all these kids have done something fucked up.
Yeah.
And we don't know what Nadine do, and she's cute. She's like this adorable kid.
Yeah.
And she's super like oblivious to everything.
And super bubbly.
Yeah.
And then Jake and Devin get room together, which is like really ironic. Because Father Bryce the whole time is like,
don't go with the girls.
Yeah, you guys can't fraternize with the girls and blah blah blah. And then like they're like,
yeah, we good.
Yeah, we're good. We got it.
Good. Like, so who is gay?
It's so funny because he doesn't know, but he keeps throwing like these straight puns.
Yeah,
and it's really funny.
Let's get you guys straighten out.
Yeah,
shit like that.
And they're just like, yep. Yeah, we got it.
But it's really sad because as soon as they're gonna be roommates together.
Yeah.
But Jake just breaks down and starts crying. Like he's blaming himself. Throughout this whole episode, he just keeps saying that it's his fault.
Because of what happened to Gary.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. And then Lexi tries to bully Trevor. Doesn't work out because Trevor's a changed person.
He's like, she was like, you got one testicle. And he's like, I found Jesus, bitch. And I think you need him. So.
And I'm not ashamed to have one testicle. Hey, guys, don't be ashamed. It's fine.
Don't be ashamed. It's fine.
It still works.
Lexi doesn't understand.
Yeah, she's still too young for that. But they're in class. They're learning about the 7 sins. Jake seems to know a lot about this.
Yeah, the 7 deadly sins. I like the whole that 7 deadly sins.
And I think he knows because of might be his daddy.
Possibly.
Because his dad was very like, we
don't know about the mom either.
That's true.
So who knows? He knows about it somehow. Yeah. Obviously growing up probably gay in a religious church.
His dad probably gave him a lot of lectures or something. And
maybe he needed answers and went to the church or some shit like that.
I don't know. So then we get Chucky giving the nun a heart attack.
Yep.
Which is a reference to Child's Play 3.
By just appearing. He said hi. Yeah. And she just fucking collapsed.
Yeah, and she pulls out her cross as she's having the heart attack, and Chucky goes, isn't that for vampires? And he started going
I love that his fingers are like going crazy. And he goes,
oh my fucking god, she's fucking dead.
Yep. And he goes, wanna pray? So she dies. Then we see that everyone's around. They're taking her away in the stretcher, dead, and the kids see him, and Chucky flicks them off again.
I love it. He's just like, ha.
Yeah.
So funny.
And then Devin Sawa here makes a cool reference to Idle Hands, where he mentions idle hands.
Idle hands are the worst enemy or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, we should do that movie. It's pretty funny.
Really?
It's a 420 movie.
Oh.
Because he's like a major pothead.
Oh, that's interesting.
But it's a horror movie.
Ooh.
It's a horror comedy. Anyways.
So Jennifer Tilly, and we go back to Jennifer Tilly and Mika, and they're watching Liar Liar.
Yes.
Which is a reference to, Jennifer Tilly is, or Tiffany's watching Jennifer Tilly movies as Jennifer Tilly. So she's like, wow, I'm so fucking awesome. Like, look at me. And I'm going to say that was my sexual awakening. Jennifer Tilly.
Mine was Bride of Chucky, but I get it.
Liar Liar for me, I was like, wow, she is hot.
And this is really funny because she's technically Tiffany.
Yes.
So Nika's kind of like gaslighting her, like, you should, you're in Jennifer Tilly's body. You should really go get a job. You're gonna lose his house. That money isn't gonna last you forever.
She's not gaslighting her. I think she's being like for real because it's like, you're not Jennifer Tilly.
But at the same time, she has we find out that she kind of has a plan. So I think she's also trying to like leave the house so I can escape.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
she definitely has a plan.
Yeah, so like she's low key gaslighting her to try to leave the house, and she's like, I'm not leaving the house because if I leave, you're gonna escape.
And she goes, I don't have fucking arms or legs, motherfucker.
I can't go anywhere. But it's because she doesn't trust the Chucky inside of her.
Yeah, of course.
She gets a visit from a detective that's looking for Nika, and she's like, well, and it's funny because she looks so guilty.
She goes, so you're the detective, and I'm Tiff, okay?
Hey, so I'm looking for it, but I need to know if
no.
Well, it's do you know Nika Pierce?
No.
Never seen her. Well, you were the last person to visit.
It's so funny.
Yeah, and she looks so guilty, and she kind of just shuts the door on him, and he kind of gives like a double look, then he just leaves. But we know he not done. And
she's talking about how like her kids are coming to see her.
Or the twins are coming to see them.
So we've been waiting. We're fucking.
I know they teased it this whole episode. Yeah, the first shot is a picture of them as the kids from the Seed of Chucky, and then So we cut to the kids in a class with Father Bryce. Jake asked to go to the bathroom, and he go. I love this because teachers used to do this to me when Jake goes, "Can I go to the bathroom?" And he goes, "Can you?" And then he goes, "May I go to the bathroom, Father?" And I would have been like, "May I go to the bathroom, Daddy?"
Daddy, chill.
He gives him a timer of 5 minutes, which I'm like, I mean, to pee, I guess that's fine. But bro, I gotta take a shit. Like
5 minutes. That's all you got. But he actually goes to sneak into his office to go get Chucky.
He grabs
with
a plastic knife.
Right. So, but Chucky's real smart because he picks him up, and as soon as he picks him up, the Father Bryce walks in and he's like, "I knew what you were up to," because he knows about the whole doll thing. He knows about that.
Yeah, they tell him like, "I know your secret, but it's just a doll." Like earlier in the episode,
that's when he's like, "Oh, he reminds me of my father," and then he gives him a Bible, says, "You need to read something. I'm gonna come back and you go read it to me." Locks him in there with Chucky. Then he also takes the plastic knife away. Then he's scared now, but I'm like, Jake, it was just a plastic knife, baby. Your hands can probably do a lot more.
He's like, "You can't leave me in here."
Yeah.
What were you gonna do then?
Right. But then he smacks the shit out of Chucky with the Bible. What I would have done was grabbed him by the hair and started snuffing his face.
Yeah.
But that's not what Jake does. So then Jake looks like over the desk.
Miss Keisha, like on the floor. Bitch,
yeah.
Fuck you.
That's what, Miss Keisha would have survived Chucky. But he doesn't see. I'm like, you see, I knew Chucky was gonna get up and fucking get away, and then you see a flash, and then Chucky's holding a phone and takes a picture of Jake and goes, "Ha ha," and then goes up the chimney, and it's really funny.
It's like so goofy, like that, but it's so funny. And Jake looks, and he is loose. We don't know now where he's at.
Yeah, and then Father Bryce comes back in, and he's asking Jake where the doll go, and Jake's like, I don't know. And it's like, why? The dog can't have gone anywhere. I would have found that very suspicious.
I just, it goes, "Oh, okay. Anyways, so tell me about the Bible." It's like, what?
Oh, no. And then the kids get together real quick and they're like, "What is his plan?" Because he didn't even try to kill me.
Yeah, because exactly. So it's like Chucky's not trying to kill anybody because even Sister Elizabeth.
Except the nun.
Well, he wasn't trying to. That was like an accident.
I think he knew she was going to die.
You think so?
I think he knew.
Oh, I don't know then. Because I was like, I mean, I like you said, this is a reference to Child's Play 3.
Yeah.
So, I mean, possibly.
Because in Child's Play 3, he gives someone a heart attack by going boo.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh." So I think he's like, "Oh, she's old. I can probably do the same thing." Because he can't make it look like a murder.
I guess that's true.
Because he can't get caught.
Because then it's like, oh shit, not an investigation.
So a heart attack
happen.
looks like an accident.
True. But your theory on our last horror quickies is that this is pretty much a remake of Child's Play 3.
It feels like it, yeah.
Because the same kill.
But a better one.
Yeah.
Not a fan. So Nadine, we come back to the girls' room. Nadine is in there for stealing. Mm-hmm. Lexi's like, "Hey, can we shut the door with something? Because I need to, I don't know.
I sleepwalk or whatever."
Yeah.
And Nadine's like, "All right."
They put a bureau, like a dresser behind the door so that no one can come in or out.
Yeah, because it only locks from the outside.
Yeah. Nadine also says that she's there for stealing but all the good stuff is under the bed. We cut to them. Nadine sleeping, Lexi doing her pills, and we go under the bed, and Chucky's under there.
You're like, fuck.
And I'm like, oh, that's what she meant by the good stuff is under the bed, because she stole. Well, she says she stole them, but I'm pretty sure Chucky was meant to go there.
Yeah,
so
and Chucky sneaks out.
He starts taking pictures of Lexi,
which I don't know how she didn't see it with the flash on.
No,
but she leaves. He's pushing the dresser.
That's really funny.
Yeah,
because he's trying to open. He's trying to walk out. He's not even trying to murder her.
No,
and he gets caught.
And she screams bloody murder. Nadine wakes up and screams bloody murder. So we see that Nadine sees Chucky,
and Chucky also screams bloody murder. He goes,
"Ah!" It is so great.
Yeah.
But he ends up leaving and hiding in a bathroom.
He goes across the hallway and hides in the bathroom. And before Lexi can chase him, everyone starts coming in the room. Father Bryce comes in there and starts questioning her. Why you screaming? Father Bryce
also jacked as fuck.
I know.
In the little bathroom.
Oh my God.
I was like, Jesus, Father Bryce.
Jesus Christ. So
they're like, what happened? And she's like, oh, I'm afraid. And then she looks at Jake and Devin and goes, in the bathroom. I miss my old bathroom.
I miss my old bathroom. And they're like, Bathroom. So
smart bitch.
Yeah, it's very smart. So the boys go into the bathroom. They're looking for Chucky. Chucky don't appear, but then Chucky attacks Jake, and then he pulls a knife out, and I'm like, so he maybe is there for killing. But then Devin fucking kicks this doll like he's playing kickball, and this doll goes flying.
I love that we've seen him already twice fly, and it's so funny.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
He can get fucked up, but he keeps going. So then Devin grabs him, and he's like holding the knife up on him, and Jake grabs the phone, and it's really funny because Jake's going through his pictures, and it's picture of them, but it's also selfies of Chucky like doing the 2-finger thing and the finger and going
and it's like, oh shit, something's happening.
Yeah, and before Devin stabs him, Jake stops him.
Yeah.
Lexi and Nadine show up for the breakfast. They're like, what happened last night? They go show them. They go back to the room, and they show that they tied up Chucky. He's tied up to a chair, and he's like, he's not trying to kill anybody. He's here for scouting and investigating, and I think that's his only mission.
I wonder if Andy's controlling them somehow.
If he's controlling this one specifically,
yeah, because it's like it's weird that like, but it's like also.
So I have a theory, because if Andy figures out that he doesn't, because remember in the beginning, he kind of notices that Chucky doesn't realize it's him.
Yeah, and they're like looking like, oh, this.
So what if he
like
woke up a doll that has no memory, brainwashed it to do his mission? But then I'm like, why would Andy be sending a doll to spy on Jake when he can just try to visit Jake?
I guess that's a hard.
If that's the case, also it could be Chucky trying to investigate for like a real, like the Chucky that wants to murder Jake.
Maybe.
Because maybe that Chucky specifically wants to do it.
Yes, maybe, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
That would be interesting. I know definitely he's involved with the whole Tiffany and Nika stuff, because also there's no chloroform, and Tiffany was like, wait, how the fuck did that happen?
We also don't know if there's a Chucky in that house.
Mm-hmm.
Because we do cut back to our final scene.
Yeah.
Which it's a ring on the doorbell, and we're like, oh shit. And she goes, the twins
it's like
are
the
here.
gate's open, let's go.
And it's not the twins, it's the detective again.
Sam Gavin again. And he's like, something's off.
Mm-hmm.
I need to look at the house.
Yeah.
And she's kind of like romanticizing him.
Yep.
Like, oh, okay.
And I was like, I already know what's coming. She's done it like 3 times.
So
this whole thing.
Yep. And then he's looking around, and she fucking slices his throat
with the nail filer, which is iconic. It's her thing. Love it. So then he dies. Nika is like hallucinating with Chucky, talking to Chucky, kind of like they're kind of working together to try to get, to kill Tiffany, but it's in her head mostly.
Yeah, the lighting goes red, so I think what it's because it's been flashing red when they're both talking, and also Nika has like a ball gag,
and she doesn't have it while they're talking.
Yeah,
and there's a doll in front of her, but that doll is not really there. It has to be in her head. But they are working kind of together to get rid of Tiffany. It's almost
like they both have the same goal. So it's like, we don't want to work together, but we need to get rid of Tiffany.
Exactly. And then we cut back to Tiffany trying to clean up the blood. The twins show up. We don't see them just yet, but we do see them from their car shows up. The little license plate with the they, them is pink. And then they walk in and they catch their mom cleaning up a murder scene, which is really funny.
She's like, it's so nice to see your faces.
Yeah.
And that's where it cuts.
Yeah.
And that's the episode.
Yeah. And I hate that they kind of like,
they fucked with us.
They tease us the whole episode that they're going to show up, and then we don't see them just yet.
It was like with the fucking detective. It was like, it was always with him. And I'm like, fuck.
It's more exciting now that I know what's coming next week, so I'm more excited for next week now.
I can't wait. Give it a watch, guys. On YouTube, go on Sci-Fi. It's
USA Network.
Yeah, everything.
Peacock got the first season,
so maybe season 2 will come to Peacock.
Yep.
So,
and before we let you guys go, just please make sure to give us a like,
down below, baby,
a thumbs up, a review, a comment,
and
a
go
subscribe.
check our last episode.
Yeah, go check our last episode. Check out our podcast. You can find it anywhere you find podcasts.
And next week, we're going to be watching Halloween Ends.
Oh, yeah. This Sunday. Or, wait, sorry. Tuesday, our episode on Halloween Ends will be released.
Ooh, can't wait. I'm excited.
The reviews are coming in, and, we'll see what it is. Yeah.
This is going to be a hot take episode, maybe.
I don't know. We'll see. I still like this timeline a lot. And remember.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna pray?
In Lord's name. See
Daddy
you in your
Salvo.
dreams. Yeah, Daddy Salvo.
Horror Daddies.
Oh.